Ladies and gentlemen of the Action Army, what is going on? And welcome to another episode of Answers for Athletes. In today's video, I'm answering the question from Zerty Fiffin 7908, who says, what are your thoughts on pre-workout? I find this very funny because I am actually drinking a First Form energy drink as we speak, contradictory to the advice that I'm going to give you in this video. However, I want to preface this video with a story. But before I give you that story, make sure that you comment JUMP, J-U-M-P, down below in the comment section for a free bodyweight vertical jump training program. And you can now get your first month free when signing up for any of my advanced training programs with weights. Stop playing with your results. Get my programs, get my coaching. Let me take you to the next level. All right, let me tell you a story. This is about caffeine, okay? I went to college and I received my bachelor's degree in health and physical education. That's a fancy way to say I went to school to be a gym teacher, okay? And during my time at school, I had many health classes. And one day, I was in one of my health courses in college, and the professor, I ain't even gonna lie to you, her name was Dr. Brewer, and she was fire. I hope she don't see this, but she was a very attractive woman. Dr. Brewer, she was attractive. All right, I'm just going to leave that there. She wrote on the board, which of these is not a drug? Methamphetamine, marijuana, caffeine, ecstasy, LSD. Which of these is not a drug? And everybody answered the question, and then everybody seemed to agree in the class except me. That should have been my the first sign that I was the one who was incorrect. If everybody else has one answer and you have a different answer, it's probably likely that everybody else is correct and you are not. But everybody agreed that's a trick question. They are all drugs. And then I raised my hand and I said, I disagree because caffeine is not a drug. To which a few people giggled, and there was one young man who said, and this rubbed me the wrong way, into which I asked him to politely go outside and square up so I could beat the fucking brakes off of him. Excuse my language. This dude, he always had something to say. I promise you. This dude always had something to say. And when I said, I disagree because caffeine is not a drug, his response was, how did you get to college not knowing that caffeine is a drug? To which I politely said, hey, Kevin. Yes, that's funny. His name was actually Kevin. Ain't that funny? Every Kevin must want their teeth knocked in by me. I'm just kidding. I love you, Kevin. If you don't know Kevin, Kevin was the co-host of my podcast until he had to go back to work to be a police officer. However, I said to Kevin in my class, very politely, to his response, how did you get to college not knowing that caffeine was a drug? I said, hey, Kevin, would you like to take a step outside since you want to make me feel stupid? And you and I can fight. And I promise you, I will make you feel stupid. To which Dr. Brewer, Dr. Brewer, she said, now young men, that's enough. Kevin, he may not have gotten to college understanding that caffeine is a drug because maybe he hasn't heard that before. If he doesn't know that, then he hasn't learned that. Nobody has taught him that before, which now he can understand that caffeine is a drug. Anyways, guys, that's a short story. Actually, that was kind of a long story. But I wanted to preface this to say to all of you, if you drink caffeine on a regular basis or at all, you are on drugs. Anyways, let me get to the actual question. That was just, I'm sorry for sidetracking, but hopefully you guys liked that story. So what are my thoughts on pre-workout? My thoughts on pre-workout are that you should not get addicted to caffeine, which it is very easy to get addicted to caffeine. Ironic because I'm actually drinking a First Form energy drink, but Drinking caffeine every single day may not be the best idea. Now, if you're a 38-year-old dude and you like to have a coffee before you go to work, knock yourself out. If you like to drink pre-workout every time you go to the gym, knock yourself out. I actually don't care what you do. And I will preface this by saying, I drink caffeine almost every day. I drink an energy drink. Sometimes I drink pre-workout. Rarely I drink coffee. Most of the time, it is a first form energy drink. I will also say that caffeine sometimes gives me a little bit of anxiety. So there's that. If you have any inkling of anxiety, I would not drink caffeine at all, but we're not going to talk about that. Do not find yourself addicted to caffeine. The best case scenario for you to do would be to drink no caffeine at all. Listen to me. I know you don't like this advice. The best case scenario would be to drink no caffeine at all, even though there are some studies out there that say that a little bit of caffeine every day is actually beneficial. There are studies out there that say that a little bit of caffeine every day, a cup of coffee or two, probably not an energy drink. I'm going to be honest. Energy drinks are probably, even though this is from First Form and everything that they put out is gas, it's probably best if I just drank a cup of black coffee. That would probably be better. And I need to actually go back and look at these studies and see which form of caffeine people actually used. But the best case scenario would be no caffeine at all, or caffeine before your hardest workouts. Caffeine before your hardest workouts. Because caffeine is one of those substances that the more you take it, the less and the less of an effect that it has. So if you take caffeine or you drink caffeine every single day, it will have less and less of an effect over time. So you originally started using it because you wanted that pre-workout mental focus. You wanted to be revved up and fired up for the gym. But if you take it every single day, eventually it just becomes a habit and you don't even really feel it the way that you felt it before. And now all of a sudden you just take caffeine every single day just to get back to baseline. You wake up, you say, damn, man, I need me some pre-workout because I'm really tired this morning. I need to drink my caffeine. And that caffeine brings you up to just baseline of you being able to function like a human being. Whereas when you first started taking it, it actually took you past baseline and gave you that mental focus and clarity and that fired up feeling that you wanted. So best case scenario, no caffeine. Contradictory to what some of the studies say. Second best case scenario, you only use it before your hardest workouts. Let's say you have a really heavy leg day or you have a really heavy full body day or upper body day or whatever you're going to do. You have a hard workout. Let's say you do hard workouts, high intensity days, twice a week or 3 times a week. I would probably use caffeine before those workouts. Or you have a jump session. I know Isaiah Rivera, I believe, likes to drink caffeine before his jump sessions. That is probably second best case scenario. One other thing that I would like to point out is that if you play basketball, basketball is a skill sport. Dribbling is a skill. Shooting is a skill. It's a lot of motor patterns mushed together, okay? And if you drink caffeine, which can make some people jittery or amp you up a little bit to the point where those skill circuits aren't as flawless as before, and you have to test this for yourself. Maybe caffeine makes you feel like a superhero and you play basketball better. But for a lot of people, a flawless finger roll isn't going to be so flawless whenever you drink a bunch of caffeine. Now, I've been yapping for a good, I don't know how many minutes now, but just to give you a very clear answer on my thoughts of pre-workout, I enjoy caffeine. Maybe a little bit too much, I'm going to be honest. Caffeine has also given me a couple panic attacks. I've had a few panic attacks where I wanted to be ready for something, some big event, and then I drank caffeine to get myself fired up for that event. And it actually, the stress of that event or the stress of whatever I was about to do, plus the caffeine, sent me over the edge. It overloaded my capacity and I had a panic attack. I've had like 4 panic attacks in my life and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. But eventually I found out, oh, this is anxiety. I am overstressed. I am panicking about some certain thing, even though I'm the type of guy that really doesn't give a shit about what happens which way or the other. I'm going to figure it out. Anyways, my thoughts on pre-workout is that you should either not use it at all or you should use it for your most intense workouts only. Those are my thoughts. Like this video if you like it. Dislike this video if you think I'm ugly or I yap too much. And then comment JUMP, JUMP, down below in the comment section for a free bodyweight vertical jump training program. And stop playing with your results. Get my programs. My dog's laying right here. He farted. I promise you. And that bangs, bro. The door's shut. You gonna crop dust us? You're gonna hot box us? Anyways, guys, I love you all. I will see you in the next video tomorrow at 9 a.m. Peace.